Hello, everyone. This is my review of of Act 4. Been really crazy this month of July. I know I've been iffy on posting chapters, like one every other day. I didn't mean to be doing it like that. The Scootaloo story is throwing me off. I'm going to start speedrunning that stuff once we get into August because I want the Scootaloo story to finish before the first chapter of Something Wrong with Canterlot. Because, particularly, the first chapter of Flash and Timber, that one, that'll be going up for that season, is a flat out massive fucking spoiler for the Scootaloo story, okay? If I post Scootaloo story too late and that chapter goes up, it's going to ruin the surprise, okay? I really should have posted this thing sooner. Marley wants to play with me. My cat wants to play with me right as I'm talking. Guess she was too busy sleeping. I woke her up in my conversation. But anyway, probably wondering to yourself, what's with the picture, right? Like, I love this picture. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's kind of hard to tell who these are since these are fan versions of these characters. But, fudge, I'll say it. Lumity, Owl House. We got Amity as a werewolf or vampire or whatever. It looks freaking awesome, okay? We got Luce over there, barely contain herself. It's a near erotic. I wouldn't say it full on erotic scene. They aren't naked, dang it. But they're very clearly adults in this scene. Very clearly about to do something once the page turns, dang it. And the reason I chose that picture, pretty obvious when you guys get to you guys get to the end of Act 4. I'm actually recording this before the final chapter goes up. The bonus chapter, pretty on the fucking note on the explicities. But at the same time, this chapter was designed purposely for one thing, okay? And it's not what you think at all. This one will be a chapter you guys will have to go back to much later on, as it connects to one of the epilogue chapters, okay? It'll make sense what I'm going for later, especially as you read other characters, but you won't get really the payoff for this chapter until one of the epilogues, okay? I wanted to do more with Shining, with Cadence, and so on, and I even wanted to reference Flurry Heart at one point, but then I thought, do I really need to include Flurry Heart in this story at all? No, especially considering all the fun shit I'm doing with her in freaking SWWC. Yeah, I did leave you guys on a fun ass cliffhanger right there, didn't I? Are you guys at that point, or am I just spoiling the next season? I need to be sure. Casting the Throne. F. Flurry. Not Flutter. Furry. Flurry, yeah, Flurry Heart. Yeah, Princess Flurry Heart. That is a massive thing I did in SWWC by revealing not only is Flurry Heart canon to my universe, she's already grown up. Now, some of you might have already picked up on the sort of time thing going on that was revealed in the Rarity story and will be expanded more on in the Scootaloo story. That, yeah, certain characters have been aged up by the time anomaly, including Flurry Heart. And there's a few extra bits on why Flurry Heart is working with Queen Chrysalis and so on. A lot of awesome stuff in the next season of SWWC. But we're here to talk about Act 4 of Dragon May Cry 2 and all the crazy stuff that happened. So let's go over. Probably the biggest movement of the whole story, because we had the confrontation with the net wall. Song of Freedom, that was a really good chapter. I really enjoyed that one. I don't remember what happened in Ember's Last Legend. What happened in this one? I can't remember why I named it Ember's Last Legend. Ember's New Legend. Because, yeah, I'm not doing much with Ember just yet. I know some people probably click on it and are like, oh, we're getting a chapter on Ember. We're getting a chapter on Ember. And Ember's nowhere in sight. I just swore I did something big with Ember in this, but not actually including her. Yeah. It was Ember's Blood Scepter. Yeah, that was the point of this chapter. I was trying to remember what was the point of this chapter. It was tons of fun to sort of explore the temples through a different lens of like, oh, the scepters are here. But also the fact is, I didn't really retcon a thing. This has been pretty obvious from the first book that the scepters shapeshift. Remember, Shiva didn't have a scepter. He had a chain, sort of a chain thing around his body. Nidhogg had a crown. The idea always up front were these were weapons, these were scepters, baseline, and when a dragon was strong enough, they would shapeshift into their personal designs. Ember is still the youngest Dragon Lord, period. That doesn't mean she's actually not that young. In the canon of the show, I know people have this idea when she first showed up that, oh, we could ship her with Spike. We could ship her with Spike because they're both dragons. But, oh, wait, the problem you have with the main six is because the main six are older, but odds are Ember is older than all six of them combined. If you want to give Spike slow growth rate, you have to give her slow growth rate. And that means she's at least 90 to several hundred years old. I like going around the 90 range. I don't think she's past the century yet. She might be past the century. She very well could be. But I also like to go with the fact that, yes, she is the youngest Dragon Lord. That's obvious. That's why her scepter never fully shapeshifted into a brand new form upon claiming it. Okay? That is the logic I'm working with. So you're probably raising the greatest question. Why the fuck did it shapeshift with Tempest? Why the fuck did it shapeshift with Tempest? And you're going to have to keep reading to find out. I am not spoiling that detail, dang. I am just pointing out the question, dang it. Yes, it is a blatant fucking reference. Yes, it is blatantly just the mirror shield from Legend of Zelda. I love that damn weapon. Of course, I couldn't figure out really how to use the powers in a dragon-like state. I wanted each of the scepters to explore a dragon breath weapon that hasn't really been used that often. So I thought, oh, it reflects light in the game, so why not fog? I'm already got the fog around it, so why not? So her shield creates a fog breath weapon. It'll be other breath weapons you'll see later on, okay? And they'll go hand in hand somewhat with the weapons that are already, with the other breath weapons I've already used up. We have fire so far. We have ice. We have lightning. We have sound. We have acid. And shadow. And now we have fog or smog, whatever. Now, you're probably wondering yourself, so how does that do any damage? Read a D&D, dang it. Because some of these are blatantly inspired by by Dungeons and Dragons, dang it. Especially one of the later ones I absolutely fucking love. It's been one of my all-time favorite breath weapons that no one ever seems to use because it is so damn cool. Why don't you use it? It's awesome. I do take some unique properties with some of the other ones. Like, Like, the Basilisk one was a rather odd one for me to do. I couldn't figure out how to do that just right. And also, I didn't talk about this in the previous act. The Dragonettes. The way I see them, they're big, pludgy dragons with sparkling eyes. This is to go on the idea that Spike loves his gems, and his eyes tend to sparkle. He's a big, pludgy dragon with eyes that sparkle. There is your connection to the Dragonettes. Now, what's his connection to the Basilisk? He digs. That's it. Now, we'll be seeing more of the Basilisk later on, but their designs are rather unique. I like the idea I've done with them. It doesn't quite fit Spike's current design logic, but he still has the digging logic down, okay? I just figure the Dragonette bloodline overpowers the freaking Basilisk bloodline. It's a very unique take on the Basilisk, okay? It's not just, oh, a giant snake. I've already got giant snakes. Sorry, Harry Potter, you're a bit boring on that. I do like the giant snake design, but I've already done it. With the freaking cloud dragons are literally just giant snakes in the sky, to the point that Koreans literally have a snake pupa stage for their cloud dragons. The Amugi. I love that movie, Dragon Wars. Really good movie. It is hammy, stupid, and ridiculous, and I love it. Anyway, so there's also the fact that the owl dragons sort of have a bit of a serpentine design of their neck. There's also the fact that eventually, I'm not doing it yet, but eventually I will have to do the sea oaks, or whatever it's called, sea dragons. And like every sea dragon you think of, it's a giant fucking serpent. Like, yeah, I'm not doing the giant serpent every single time. Damn, it's getting a little boring after a while. Hey, you guys ever call it sea oak? Those things are really cool. That's a really cool name for it. I remember reading in a book once. I'm definitely calling it that. Like a giant like a giant tree that moves through the sea. At least it looks like a tree. But it's a branch. Like a giant branch. You'll get it when you see it in the later book. Anyway, so outside of that, we also did probably another one of my favorite chapters in the whole book was Bloody Town, okay? Wow. I really wanted to do more of that chapter. I wanted to dive in all the grisly, gruesome, gooey fuck that the prideful mayor put the village through, dang it. Like, yeah, that's a blatant reference to the show. There was two towns that were fighting. It was literally, what was it? McCoy's and Hatfields. Hatfields and McCoy's. There's literally an episode on that, folks. It's on the later seasons. I know people don't watch as much of the later seasons because several of you dumbasses are so stuck on the idea that season 2 was oh so fucking great. No one, not even close. I don't hate season 2, but I hate how much it is overhyped to hell and back. Season 4 is better than season 2. Season 6 is better than season 2, and you can fight me for that. There's a lot of things I love in season 8 and season 7. They're not the best seasons ever, but there are ideas here that would work so much better if they just try to apply a better draft to them. Let's see, what else did I do? I also gave you guys a few more chapters on Twilight and what she's doing. I know it kind of felt like I went backward for a minute. It's like, oh, she's proclaiming at the end of Act 3 or somewhere around there that she's going to hunt down her brother. And then suddenly I end Act 4 of like, nah, I gotta hunt down the Storm King. I didn't change my mind at the last minute. It's just her coming to different conclusions, trying to explain what she's doing. She's afraid to face Spike. That is easily the most important thing for her story arc in this. Consider how much slaughter and horrible shit she did in the first book. That needs to be established right away, okay? Her plot in this is unable to face Spike, and that's the point. Now, as I was posting chapters, I did notice something rather odd. Still loading, still loading. Okay. And I really need this answered. I might have brought it up a few times before. I need this answered, though. What is with this fucking lineup? This has been happening ever since I locked up the like ratio, okay? In previous storylines, it's a constant slide downward. Like, I can get the idea that not everyone is going to read the next chapter or the next chapter or the next chapter. Only so many beloved fans will read every single chapter all the way through. I get that. And if you look at other stories, it's a slow decline, okay? Makes sense. This one's not. Not at all. And the weirdest thing is which ones are jumping up, okay? It makes sense for, like the bonus chapters to have high up votes. That's good, yeah. Those make sense. Burning Hot Shower, yeah, makes sense. Madness Lust makes sense. Element is not a bonus chapter, but I can get the idea. The Element, it makes sense you'd want to read that, okay. Generosity, it's in the name, it's Rarity's Element. Okay, I understand why you guys want to read that. Amber Eye, I kind of get why people want to read that. It is connected to the Sand Emperor. People that have read the first book, they're curious what happened with the eye. Got it. Then we get over here. Punch Me Harder. I know I brought this up in a previous video. Why the fuck is Punch Me Harder so high? Yes, this is the chapter that I locked up the freaking upvotes on. Awesome. Why the fuck is it so high? Like, holy fucking shit. It utterly fucking destroys the previous chapter by more than double. Well, almost double. Still. Actually, it was more than double before because these previous chapters were originally below this one. It's even funnier, Monetary Pause is also friggin' high. Why? I don't know. Momentary Pause. Anyway. Then we get to Burden Promise. Burden Promise, I get. Another one that makes sense, okay? It's similar to the Element in name and story beat, okay? I get that. Then we get another bonus chapter. Okay, it's literally called Burning Hot Shower. That makes sense. Then we get to the most recent one. And here's where I take a double take. Let's see if you guys can actually see it. Read that name again for me, folks. Damn Gruesome. This is where I take a double take. So many books I posted on this site telling me over and over and over the taste of these fans on MLP and the fan fiction in general. You guys love slice of life or you like porn. I'm not being subtle on that, you freaks of nature. You like the characters acting like characters in the show, or you like seeing them fuck. And I've accepted that fact. I went freaking near 10 years without writing a clop for this freaking site, damn it, because I wanted to just write stories. But after a while, I gave in and gave you your disgusting smut. And then, shockingly, a chapter literally called Damn Gruesome about a character literally getting their face melted off, a clone of one of the most beloved characters in this fandom gets her face melted off, and it's one of the highest it is the highest chapter in 2 fucking acts. Where the fuck were you guys when I wrote my darkest, most grisliest, and gruesome chapters of other stories? Do you like that chapter that fucking much? Or you just want to watch Rainbow Dash get tortured? It's a clone of her, who cares? I just found it hilarious. So fucking funny that you guys would go out of your way to give that chapter so much love. It's not even the most gruesome chapter I have. It's just hilarious, the title itself, okay? Because we go with the other ones based on the title. Generosity. Element. Those make sense based on the title. Burden Promise. Makes sense based on the title. I still don't get Punch Me Harder. I still don't get that, folks. Why the fuck do you like that chapter? But why the fuck? I've written so many stories covered in buckets of blood because I love a gruesome story. I have loved that shit since I was a child, sitting on my daddy's lap, watching xenomorphs rip people apart. Yes, I was watching all 4 Alien movies when I was 5. I love horror movies. I love the zombie movies that rip each other apart in the most insane ways possible. I beat Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 when I was 10. Resident Evil 4, I was beating every single year since it came out for like half a decade. Every single version. I love guts and gore. And I long accepted that you people on this site don't like guts and gore because of stories I write like that get absolutely fucking ratings. You want to see what I mean? You want to see what I mean? Let's go to the front, okay? Let's type in, what was it, Spike. Just the title Spike. Can't be serious. Yes, I'll write a new chapter of that eventually. I've just been very busy. There's your, I'm not sure if you can see the tiny little hint of what the epilogue is going to look like. Accidentally finishing, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Spike's next bride, blah, blah, blah. Mail order bride. Ponyville secretary. Blah, blah, blah. You guys made me write a lot of freaking porn. Just to make you freaks happy. What the hell? Why is it repeating post? It is. It's repeating post. Good boy. I know what it titled, you fucking thing. I just can't remember the whole fucking name. Fine. Let's go manually. No more search bars. Page 3 should be a good starting point. Blah, blah, blah. 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 Where are you? I know you're here. Should have opened it beforehand. No, 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 no. I wrote this damn thing before I finally gave in and started giving you guys porn. Because this was my last chance to try and make a good story that you people might love. There it is. Good dog. See if you guys can see it. Okay. Spike is a good dog. Okay. Notice the massive fucking dislike ratio. 15 to 21. 15 to fucking 21. The story is about Spike devouring someone. I mean, full on eating someone alive, and it ends with a fucking Mortal Kombat fatality. And you people hated it. You people fucking hated it. I know I got the freaking like ratio disabled on this one, but we're going to jump over to Griffin's Night. Bloody Night of Griffins, my magnum opus of me just having full ham of action, blood, guts, and gore, and more action. Before the disable, it was 26 to 21, if I remember correctly. No. It was 23 to 26. Yeah. Sorry, 26 to 23. Holy shit. So many of you people hated this thing. So many hated this thing. The comments were good. People loved it in the comments. But people that didn't want to read gore made it very clear, you don't want to read gore. So now, we go back to Dragon May Cry 2. And look back at Damn Gruesome. And how it is the highest chapter in 2 fucking acts. Dare I say, highest, nearly highest of 3 fucking acts if you don't count the bonus chapter over here. In fact, the bonus chapter, ignoring bonus chapters, the only things that come close are Bird and Promise and these 2 fucking giants. All the way up to Act fucking 2. Just barely the start of Act fucking 2 goes above it. Because the next chapter does not. Oh, it does, actually. By 2 views. Fuck it. Fucking. I don't know when it comes to you guys anymore. It's like, I started writing smut so you guys would be happy. I don't want to write that shit. What I want to write is blood, guts, and gore. And I give you a chapter literally named after blood, guts, and gore, and it's finally one of the highest chapters ever. For no goddamn reason. I don't know why. I'm not crying. I'm laughing. Oh, blazes. Why? I need to know. Desperately. Tell me. I need to know. Why that chapter got so much love. Because I have reread it several fucking times. To the point that I am tired of reading it. And it's not because it has the word damn. You look over here. We got Beyond Damn. It's a little bit higher than the previous chapters. Maybe that's the reason, because I used the word damn. Damn. Maybe I'll just add the word damn to every single fucking chapter. Damn. Let's see how that sounds. Damn her name. Damn Ember Eyes. Damn Silent Tone. Damn the Choice. Damn Generosity. Damn Fiery Mare. Maybe that'll finally get that one better rated. Damn the Elements. Because, yeah, that one actually used to be a really low chapter. Like, holy shit, why was that chapter hated? I don't know why. Damn her relaxation. Damn not her. That's not her. Damn such a mockery. Damn feast wounds. Damn that's sharp isolation. Damn wake me up. Damn Bloody Mary. Also, Wake Me Up, that was meant to be a reference to the literal song, Wake Me Up Inside. I had this whole idea going in my mind that I would name every chapter after a cringy song. It didn't work, because Wake Me Up just fell apart. Anyway, where were we? Damn, open that door. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Yeah, damn, open. There, the open door. Damn that empty hall. Damn scholaristic fuckity fuck. Damn castellated rage. I am utterly butchering my mouth by the end of this shit. Damn confrontational suit. Damn shattered soldier. There we go. Damn, punch me harder. Sir, I think it's because that title is funny. I don't think so, but still. Damn, momentary pause. Damn, souvenir mint. Damn, giving into rage. Damn, ebony gnawing. Damn, another adventure. Damn, madness less rebound. Damn, such brutal honesty. That's pretty on point, actually. Damn, taste the past. Damn, this open offering. Damn, a stubborn jackass. Damn, taking a chance. Damn, bartering promise. Damn, founding a branch. Damn, just a confrontation. Damn, unsteady path. Damn, historical contradiction. Damn, elemental importance. Why the fuck is that not that high? It literally has elemental in the name. Damn, final decision. Fuck. Not a final decision. Damn, such a burning hot shower. Damn, net fog is not a wall. Actually got that one, shit. Damn, a song of freedom. Damn, Ember's new legacy. Damn, rainbow cracks. Damn, gruesome. Damn, gruesome. Damn, gruesome. Damn, gruesome. Damn, the mirror shield. Damn, the process of Aleem. Damn, bloody town. Damn, new assurance. Damn, wounded patriot. Damn, beyond shit. Beyond damn. Damn, beyond damn. Damn it, Bastion's Edge. Oh yeah, the new chapter. They'll be coming up after I do the video. Think about posting this video like right after the new chapter drops. Or probably Tuesday, yeah. Yeah, Tuesday. Give you guys a bit of a breather for it. I don't actually have a chapter name. I don't have a chapter name for that? Not sure if you guys can see it. It just says Clop. How the fuck do I not have a chapter name? I have 3,000 words for that. Yes, that chapter is that fucking long, folks. I might trim down a bit. I don't remember if I've edited that chapter fully. It has been a utter fucking chaos looking and reading through what was it? Scootaloo picked last. For those wondering, not sure if you can see that. Chapter 16 is in the backlog. That's how much I have in the backlog right now. We're not even done with the story. We just barely got to one of the massive plot twists. Okay? But not the full-on ending arc. I think I have at least... I can't believe I'm making one of the side stories have acts. That's hilarious. But yeah, that's definitely what it seems like it's going to be. Now, you're probably wondering yourself, why is there two chapters that are just very tiny word counts? Because they were just me writing down ideas. I think one of them's a dialogue drop, where I just drop a bunch of dialogue down, and the other one's just a thought or two. What I want the finale to look like. Just to keep it up with the whole thing I want to do, okay? Overall, I've been having a lot of fun writing this thing. It is so cool to finally have this idea down. Switch back over to Dragon May Cry. I have so much backlog on this series, dang it. I haven't written a new chapter in this series for, oh, fudge. Since June, I think. That's how much of a backlog I have for you guys. No. Start of July. Or the midway of June, somewhere around there. I remember telling you guys I was done writing the story. Not done. I've still got a few Twilight chapters to write, but I'm not going to rush over to them until we get to that end point where I've run out of chapters for her. So, 35 minutes of me saying damn over and over and over. I wonder if I'll get this video demonetized. Fuck it, I don't care. Let's switch back to the slideshow. Watch Amity go full vampire werewolf on Loose. They're adults. Get over it. They are blatantly adults in this image. Have a good night, folks.